So after talking to a lot of our clients, what we found is the type of solution they were looking for. We heard a lot that we don't have 10 months to 2 years of time, resources, sometimes know-how to get something like this up and running. So it's extremely important for us to have something which is extremely simple to set up. We'll go over this afterwards, but I always like to say it takes 10 minutes to set up instead of 10 months. Another trap that a lot of people fall into when making their company more secure is you add all of these cybersecurity solutions to your stack without realizing that each extra solution means extra workload for you. So one feedback we heard a lot is we want a solution that actually works for us instead of having a solution that makes us work more. So compared to most tools like this, which would mean about an extra 20 to 40 hours of work a month, with us, the maintenance is minimal and it's more like 10-50 investigation, where we add all of the context of this user and of this company to see whether this is just someone doing their job or whether it's something that should be looked into in more detail. For example, let's say someone logs in at 2 a.m. This is a strange workday activity, but then if this person's based in the US, well, that's something that's pretty normal for them. Or imagine they're not based in the US, but they received an email from the CEO saying deadline 6 a.m. That changes the information we have here completely to being a high probability of a threat to someone just trying to do their job and get something done before the end of the deadline. Another case can be someone sending something to their personal Gmail. This would be strange email activity, but it's very different if someone's just sending their end of year bonus, their work contract, or a work from home policy to their personal Gmail versus if they're sending a list of clients. Or if someone's just downloading files from SharePoint, this can be very different depending if that's just someone downloading things they usually have access to within their role, whether they're downloading something from a completely different team, or whether they're downloading things and they're leaving the company. And I think, Hannah, you have a really interesting statistic here as to how many internal investigations the AI system launches per company.
Absolutely. And I think it can also help put in perspective just what quantity we're looking at here. So on average, our models perform 43,000 investigations just for a small org. That number actually jumps up to almost 400,000 investigations. So investigations in this sense is an activity has been triggered or deemed suspicious and then goes through kind of our lower tier before it goes on to a reasoning. So this is over a 6-month period, but even then on a week or even a monthly basis, you can kind of start seeing how 99% of these actions are most likely going to be deemed harmless. But what Presence does is it filters all that out. So maybe you only actually see 1 or 2 of those alerts where you can spend those 67 days of investigating instead of multiplying that by 400,000.
Yeah, when I heard the statistic, I was very surprised because it's a couple of thousands or a lot of investigations that our customers don't have to do. That's